So welcome, Prash. It's been really an honor and a pleasure to have you here. And there's been
Yes,
immense learning that all of us have had from your previous interviews, your books, and you're a
yes,
known character on YouTube at least. You don't really need any introduction. And today we just want to be talking very briefly a little bit about this whole new movement that you have started of. And today is Punarvasu Nakshatra, so it's all
yes,
about bringing the Vedic back
yes,
again, and
yes,
that's something which you have really put in a lot of effort into, and we want
yes.
to understand a little bit more about why is it important for us to understand how the Vedic way of life is and how to live it and how will it benefit us in our day-to-day lives. Please throw some light on this.
Okay, Roshni, the thing is that, people around the world right now have a lot of different things. There are so many different religions. There are so many different thoughts. There are so many different opinions. There's so many different things. There are so many different kind of things which people are experiencing in today's world.
Right.
You know, and some people think, oh, the answers lie in the, say, Egyptian, or some people think the answers lie in the Greco-Roman thing, or some people think the answers lie in the Sumerian thing, or some people think the answers lie in Africa. Some people think the answers lie in Native American,
Right.
Indian things. See, so there are various kind of things which are all over the world, like different, like Slavic people have their own thing. Every different people have different things.
Right.
But the thing is that all those different things, though they might seem different, all of them have a same root. Okay.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is that that root is the Vedic thing. Okay.
Right.
So there are different branches. So the same word, like the word Brahma, which is
Yes.
Sanskrit word, can become Abraham
Right.
in Middle East or Judaic.
Right.
Judo, from Judaic it becomes in the Christian thing or the Islamic thing or anything. It spreads like that from the Old Testament or anything. So the thing is that the basic root things everywhere in this world, wherever you'll go, whether you go to Norse thing or whether you go to Australia to the Aborigines, whether you go to North Native American Indians in America, or you go to the Mayans and Aztecs in South America,
Right.
the basic core thing is Vedic only.
Right.
Okay. So all the researchers and scholars, whenever they will go deeper into it, any of those things, they will come to the root things, which will be all connecting back to Vedic and Sanskrit,
Right.
the Sanskrit root terms
Right.
of all the words.
Yeah.
You
Even
know,
something like the word crude is
yeah,
crude. You know?
Krur, yeah.
Crude.
Like any,
Exactly.
yes, anything, like even in Russia, like if Agni is Sanskrit, so
Yeah.
if they have fire, they'll call it Agne, whatever.
Right.
Like, okay. What I'm saying is that everywhere around the world,
Yeah.
wherever of anything, whether you go to different languages, which are called the Indo-European languages, which are again having Sanskrit as a base and root, anywhere, the basic thing will be coming from Sanskrit and Vedic thing. Okay, so that is the actual fact and reality, and more people can research this, people can study this, people can study this as much they want to study, and they will find that that will be the case. So then it becomes very important that, obviously, then it becomes important, what is this Vedic then? If it is the root of everything, then what is that? Like, that automatically brings about that question, what is that? Okay. So like if people, but now if people go into India, because that's where a lot of the Vedic knowledge was preserved.
True.
Yeah. But then they can't find the answer there as well, because the Indian way has gone away from the Vedic way too. So the answers can't be found there simply, either because more isms have started, wherever the ism starts, like whether it's Hinduism or any kind of ism, which is a religion,
Even
then you don't get
spiritualism
any.
has gone haywire.
So whenever an ism starts, then there is nothing of truth and reality and actuality is thrown out of the window there immediately. So the Vedic thing is like basically like the blueprint of the creation of this whole creation, or like which this particular plane is a part of, like is a small part of that creation, small, very small part of it. Okay. So that is the same for everything, and it is like the basic, like say like root core language upon which this program is running. Okay. So like Unix is in in computers. And
Yes.
so so what I'm saying is that, so people have to know what that is in the first place in order to actually exist in any kind of way which will be good for them or evolutionary for them. So right now it's very easy for us to see that people are going on a devolving path, that people are having a lot of misery and stuff, and people are not really happy, or neither are they evolving. Okay, so all that is the reality of today's world. That is easy for people to see if they have any kind of eyes, or if they have any kind of honesty, or any kind of sense at all. So that's where the whole Vedic thing question becomes very important, because that's where the answers would be, and that's why I've been stressing it so much.
True. And I think Saturn going through Moola is making us really go in that direction.
Yeah, I mean, it'll help. That is one of the placements which will help with going towards the route. But in a more like a practical way. Saturn is more reality and practice. It's not just a, like a theoretical thing. It's like actual, real, practical, applicable thing. That's what it has to be about. And all these things right now, like which have, like which the Vedic knowledge has become obviously sort of tainted in the last 5,000 years. So all these things which have come out right now, which have become famous now, like yoga, astrology, which is Jyotish, or which is called astrology now, and other things like Ayurveda, even everything, or Vastu, or any of these things are in their not real state in front of people. Okay, so people go towards that and thinking that they are getting somewhere, or they are getting some like forward, but they're not, because it's not real. Nothing of it is real. So
So you always talk about integration, and Ayurveda is about balancing the 5 elements within the body. Vastu is about balancing those elements in the environment, and Vedic astrology is about, Jyotish is about the cosmos. So how do we integrate all of these and all the Vedic knowledge that we have in yoga, in Ayurveda? You talk about Vedic cooking also, and organic food, organic clothing. How do we integrate all this and understand how to live the Vedic way of life?
Okay, the thing with the Vedic thing was that it has a certain sort of, let's say, a logic to it. Logic in the sense of that first things first sort of thing. Like, so in the Vedic thing, the first basic impetus when of the rishis and anyone when they used to teach the students or whatever was on like just taking control of your body. Okay, because as a human being, when you take this particular birth here or whatever with this body, and so then you have to know how to deal with this body, basically. So that is the very first step. So they didn't go into either Vastu or Jyotish or any sciences which are more outside learning things. First thing was just how to handle the body, and what to do with it. So that was the very basic step which they started with in the Vedic. So, and which is a step which is totally ignored in today's world, in schools, colleges. That's not important at all. I mean, even if a class 1 student goes to school and that thing or that thing, body is the last thing, which is important of any kind, which has any importance of any kind. It's about like just cramming up stuff, and just like 3 into 5 is 15, or 7 into 5 is 35, and I mean, this is nothing to do with your human body. Okay, all of that. Okay, it's got nothing to do with how to deal with this thing. Okay, and body does not come with a manual. We know that. Like, so like the Vedic had a manual for it. Okay, so Vedic is the only thing which has a manual for what to do with the human body. There's no other like religion or anything on this earth which has a manual for what to do with the human body. Okay, and how to deal with it. Okay, so once you don't have that basic step, then after that you can try and do anything. It'll not bear any fruit. It's not gonna that thing. It's a very like a, so the Vedic thing is always like it deals with actual basics first. Okay, rather than going into 100,000 things which you're not ready for, because your instrument is not even under your control, because your body is your instrument,
True.
and through which you experience this realm, and through which you do anything in this realm. And if that is not under your control, and that's not under like a proper discipline or proper way, then anything further than that becomes a useless thing. And that's what we are seeing all around right now, like that all people who are, you know, like teaching all kinds of things and that things, finally it's of no use really to any other person
No
or
practical
any
use.
beings around the earth, because the basic thing is that not taken care of, you know. So it's like some theoretical thing or this or that, or like 100,000 kind of informations you can put into your brain, but it will not be of any real use to you at the end of the day, in your life or in your death or in your afterlife.
So the good thing is that you are really a teacher of life. You tell people how to live life. And I like the approach that you basically focus on two things. One is that building a solid foundation, which is focusing on the basics, the universe, the multiversal laws, understanding that. And second thing is you talk about the holistic approach, which is you can't be compartmentalizing things and everything has to be taken as a whole. Because
if you even apply that to like human body, like so I mean, so if you talk about holisticness in the body, then you'll have to watch what you eat, right? Diet.
True.
Then you'll have to see your posture, like as well, like what is your posture. Then you will have to see your speech, what are you speaking, what are you that thing, you know, how centering everything, all of this will become part of the thing, that what clothes do you wear, how do you treat your body, are you using all kind of synthetic things on it, are you putting deodorants and colognes on it, or what are you doing with your body? Okay, what are you subjecting your body to? Okay, if you're subjecting your body to nonsense, whether in terms of diet or all kinds of things, then obviously you are creating some sort of problem for it, and that problem will come out as disease at some point. Disease, you'll have lack of ease. Okay, when you have lack of ease, then you can't concentrate on anything anyways. Okay, you can only concentrate on that then. Okay. Okay, so first you do that. So people just like abuse their body and just face the consequences of that abuse, and that's the only cycle, that's their life basically, in a nutshell, on earth right now. Okay.
Even modern science, you know, has demarcated the physical body from the mental to the spiritual, wherein doctors will only cure one part of the body without looking at the whole integrated being.
Well, the doctors don't care. Like doctors don't say like even if you that thing, they'll give you the pills and stuff which are poisons, but they will not tell you what to eat, what not to. They'll say you keep on eating the same way, drinking the same way. You can keep on having your Coke and Pepsi. There's no doctor which tells you not to have Coke and
those
Pepsi.
Things. Exactly.
Okay, I mean they say do whatever you want, and then you come to us, and then we'll give you some pills, and the whole thing we'll just deal with some symptoms of some sorts, you know. Like which is an endless cycle. I mean, you can keep on doing that till kingdom come, you know. And that is not any kind of, I mean, they don't care about, I mean, that's just a system which is in place, which is there to torture human beings.
For example, an Ayurvedic or a homeopathic doctor would ask you other things also about how you feel, what are your emotions like. So they have a more integrated approach to the body. They don't just cure that one part of the body which is hurting or giving pain.
But they don't even try to cure that one part of the body. They only try to take away the symptoms. They don't say that we cure any part of the body. It's not about curing anything. Okay.
And you already shared that doctoring itself means tampering with, so it's not a good word.
To doctor a document, you know what that means.
Exactly, right.
Yeah. So if to doctor a document is a bad thing, then to doctor a body, would you know what that means as well? Like,
true, absolutely.
Yes. So I mean, all these things. Yeah.
So how would you suggest we should, what should we do to get away from this kind of a lifestyle that we've become so used to, and it's just this is what is available outside? And what does a person do to get back on track and do the Vedic things and live the Vedic way?
Well, the first Vedic thing, as I told you, is to take control of your body.
Right.
Okay. So then for that, like at some point, I will have to make up a sort of a like a thing for people where they can practice these particular points, number of points in
Yes.
their life,
Yes.
like
Right. Yeah.
like exact points,
Yeah.
which can be taught. They're not so difficult
Yeah.
or anything which people cannot do.
Because
Because
unfortunately, when you say take care, people won't even know what it means to take care. So
yeah, I
you'll
mean
have
there
to
are so
give.
many points. You have to ground every day for 5-10 minutes
Right.
with your
Yeah.
feet touching the ground. You
Yes.
have to keep your body centered all the time. You have to keep your posture right. And there are so many things to
Connect
that.
with nature.
Yeah, yeah, there's a holistic thing, and
Right.
that's what I think Lotus Ocean is about. Which
Yes.
finally I will have to tell people those basics
Yes. Right.
in
I
a
think so. Yeah.
in a very very clear manner, which people can. And I've been doing that for the last couple of 2 years.
Right.
That I've been telling people
Right.
different things,
Right.
and so like a holistic kind of thing will be told
Yeah.
for people to do. And until they do that,
Yeah.
there is no other further step which can be taken. According to me, there's no possibility of a next step,
Right.
because until you do that.
Yeah.
So my point is that people have to start with that and do those things,
Yeah.
and then they prepare themselves for any further movement
True.
or evolving motion
Right.
after doing the basics.
Right.
So, and basics are also holistic. Like when you take care of the body, it's a
Yeah.
holistic process,
Exactly. Yeah. Mm.
like including not speaking nonsense from your mouth.
Mm.
Okay, that is also, like, people don't understand how is that anything to do with my taking care of my body, but it is.
Yes. Yes.
How you speak it and what you speak is very important
Mm. True.
for your body, which people don't think that has got anything to do anything.
Right.
Okay, they don't think that has anything to do with any of the diseases or mental issues or emotional issues or spiritual issues.
Right.
Okay, but it has
Yeah.
everything to do with it.
Right.
Okay, so it has to be a holistic thing, like
Yes.
to carry the body in
So
this
what you're
world.
saying is the basics and the holistic aspect, the two broad tenets that you always talk about, are to
Yeah.
be also looked at together.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
one has to have the integrated approach to working
There
on the
has to be the
basics.
holistics in the basics too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, that's because your basic can't be just one dimensional. If you do one basic and not do this,
Yeah.
not do
You
that, not do
can't
that,
have a
there's no
linear
use.
thinking on a yeah.
It's no use.
Right. Right.
Either you do something fully and properly and wholly, which is
True.
holy.
Yeah.
Holy means
Only yeah.
or
Right.
you don't do it.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, there's no point doing anything half, 25% or that
Right.
thing, because that will not give you any result. Okay,
True.
so
Yeah.
that is the main thing. So first, people have to understand, like, if it has to logically strike a person in their head.
Right.
Okay, that if I'm born with this body, this is my instrument, that's the only thing I've got,
Yeah.
and I have to learn how to use this.
Right. Right.
If that doesn't strike to you at all
Yeah.
in your
Yeah.
internals, at all in your being, then it's tough for you to do this, because that is what is demanded. That much basic sense
Mm.
is demanded of you
True.
in this.
True.
If you can't even see that,
Yeah.
the truth in that, or that this is an most important thing,
Yeah.
then there is a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we always have a tendency to think like this is physical, this is emotional, this is mental, this is intellectual, then spiritual, experiential. So we're bifurcating different aspects and
Yeah,
not
but
looking at the whole.
they're all connected, right?
They're
Isn't
all
it?
connected. Yeah, exactly.
Everything is connected. I mean, nothing is disconnected from each other.
Right.
You can have like a Russian dolls, like 100 Russian dolls, one inside each other.
Yeah, in
So
fact.
yeah, but still they're all connected. Like, and this is more connected. They're like body, mind, spirit is like a triangle.
Right. In fact, I wanted
So
to ask you the next question, which was about how do you see the integration? Could you just explain a little bit about the physical, the astral, and the causal body? How is it integrated? And a little bit about because people may not know what is the difference between between astral and causal, especially.
Okay. The thing is that this is your body right now. It's physical to you. It's made of earth element. That's why it's physical. It's very that thing.
Right.
When you leave this body, which is called death.
Right.
Okay, the process which is known as death. When you leave this body, then another body comes out.
Right.
Okay. Now that body is called astral body. Okay.
Okay.
Now, but that astral body is also physical in a way, because if you it can get hurt, it'll feel pain and pleasure the same way this body does.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So in that way, it's not different from this body.
But it's not physical.
Yeah, but it's not physical. Just but the word physical can be used, but I can say that body is physical too.
Okay, but not like the 5 elements physical.
Yeah, it is also 5 elements,
Okay.
but in a more subtle form.
Right. Okay. Sukshma
But it's still
Shari.
the 5 elements.
Right.
Okay,
So that's
so that way you have to understand all bodies are physical bodies.
okay.
There's no body which is not a
So again, all these three are integrated.
Yeah, like there's no body which is not a physical body. Phi
Right.
ratio,
Yeah. The five. Right.
physical body,
Right. Right.
cutting up a phi ratio.
Hmm.
All bodies are physical bodies.
Okay. Okay.
All of them.
Okay.
Okay. So people have to take out this notion.
Right.
This particular one, which is the outside one, sheath, is somehow the only physical body.
Okay.
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 So
That's interesting.
whatever.
I would have thought of that.
Okay. All bodies of all devas and all the gods and demigods and everything are still physical bodies.
Okay.
Okay. They might be more maneuverable. They can be bodies which you can turn into anything.
Right.
You can change into this or that, but it's still physical.
Right.
There are different properties those bodies have, but that doesn't make them any less physical because you can finally feel pleasure and pain.
Okay.
That's the bottom line. Okay.
Okay.
What is a body for? Body gives you a sense of pleasure or pain. There are only two things it does. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So all those bodies do that too.
Okay.
So,
but are they subtler senses?
Yeah, in subtler senses. Yeah. But there is pleasure or pain.
Right.
So, yeah, what is body? Body is to experience either of the two things.
Right.
Any body.
True. Yeah.
Is for just doing that. Okay. Right. So, and those bodies do that too. Right. And this one does it too. So.
And what about the causal body? What is the causal body really?
The causal body is the same.
Okay.
It's more subtle. You're increasing the subtlety of the elements.
Okay.
The tanmatras get more subtler. The elements have tanmatras.
Right.
The Panch Mahabhut have tanmatras, which keep on getting more subtle. There are subtler and subtler aspects.
Okay. So, but then the word causal, what would it represent? I mean, the karmic causal or the causes you have created?
The causal body is the same as what Brahma would have, which creates this whole creation. Okay. Causal means the cause of. Right. Because of that, things exist.
True.
It's the cause, right?
Right.
Causal means cause.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, it's because of Brahma, the Brahmand exists. Okay. Okay, so that's the causal. That's the cause of the Brahmand.
Right. Okay.
So, which is the egg of Brahma. And means
Brahmand. Yes.
Egg of Brahma, which exists because of Brahma. So Brahma is the cause.
Okay.
So if you go up to the causal level, you're going up to Brahma level.
So the Aham Brahmasmi concept is the causal body concept.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
And the astral is the more spirit. I mean, just to make it little easily understood to everybody, the astral would be the spirit body kind of.
Okay. Astra is a Sanskrit word.
Right.
Astra. Okay. It
weapon.
means a weapon. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Astra. Okay. Now, like all bodies will have power. Like Astra will have some power. Okay. So that power can be used as a weapon.
True.
Okay. Okay. So we're always hearing about all these wars between Asuras and Suras and Devas and Asuras and all of that is going on and all of that in the Vedic mythology. Those things are there. Right. So what's going on?
Right.
All this fighting is going on. Use of Astras. Where is this happening? That's happening in Astral.
Ah, okay. Wow, that's interesting.
Okay. Right. Okay. But see, in the Vedic thing, the answers are there for everything because the word astral is a word which has come into fashion now.
Yeah.
Okay. But its real root is Astra in Sanskrit. Okay.
So the physical is related to the phi, astral is the astra, and causal is the cause, the creation aspect.
Yeah, the cause. Yeah, cause of things.
The cause of things.
Yeah, that's causal. Yeah. That's why the word causal came.
Causal, right.
Yeah. So all these things people have to, but the thing is that people have to understand these things later, because it's not mental gymnastics. It's not like in your mind you can understand something. If your body you can't use properly, nothing in this world you do is of any use.
True.
Okay, because you've been given this particular body for a reason.
Yes.
And that reason is that you can show that you can use this.
True.
And when you can use this properly, then you will be given access to the next level of the game.
True.
Like if you play a computer game.
Yes.
If you can't cross level 1,
Exactly.
then
You
you
don't
can't go to level 2, right?
True.
You'll keep on doing the level 1 over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like
You'll
this
never be out.
analogy. It really makes sense, when you, even moving up the realms.
Yeah.
This analogy of the video game is perfect, to
Yes.
understand how to
Yes.
move,
Yes.
how can we move up
Yeah.
in
Move.
other realms.
So you keep on getting this body over and over again, and you every time you misuse it, you don't try to learn what to do with it, or you just totally be disgraceful with this
True.
human body,
Yeah.
which is what people do right now. That's what the main occupation of people out here on earth is, to be disgraceful with this body, right?
Yes. Yes.
That's
Yes.
majority of the population. That's all they do, right?
True. True.
Okay, either abuse it or be disgraceful with it, and that's all the occupation, and that's what the media and everything and the whole thing is showing people.
Right.
Okay, so people are continuously bombarded with what not to do with the body.
Yes.
Everything in media, everything is always telling people how not to be.
Yes.
Nothing is teaching them how to
To
be.
be. Yes. Yes. It's all on the
Everything
negative.
is teaching them how not to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Just to
so
consume excess and everything is, all the negative things
yes,
are.
so that in a way is very easy too. When everything is teaching you how not to be,
Yes.
then you should know that what not to do.
Mm.
Okay, because that is all
Exactly.
around.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
True.
so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, this might be something good or something good, because there will be nothing good.
Right.
Everything which will come to you from mainstream or anything or society or media or anything like that will be not right for you. Okay,
Right.
so then that you can have that clarity.
Mm.
Okay, so then to learn how to be, that's where the Vedic thing and the actual real ancient Vedic thing comes in,
Right.
not this modern yoga thing.
Yes.
Human body is not for putting one's leg over one's head or standing on the head or doing all these different asanas.
Right.
Okay, which what they teach in modern yoga, that's not what it is for.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Exactly.
So because that is also not Vedic concept. Okay,
Yeah.
that has also come in the last 1,500 years. Okay,
Right.
okay.
And like you say, the words have already been distorted. It's not yoga, it's yog.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. And what is called yoga now? Like even if it was called yoga before, they were still like, it's not about putting your like your leg behind your head here or this leg behind your head here. That's not.
yeah.
Your human body is not for these kind of gymnastics.
Mm.
Okay,
So
okay.
what does
That's
the
not
word
it.
yog really mean then?
Yoga just means union. Okay,
Right. Okay. So union
okay.
at all
Union
different
means with the
levels.
higher forces, like with higher things.
Right.
Like so, if you are here down here, and if you have yoga with something here, then that's yoga. Like you're moving up towards it. So that's an upward motion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, it's an upward motion. So that's what yoga is. So you should always be having upward motion like this.
So connecting with your
Yeah.
own higher self, really, also. Yoga is to
Yeah.
connect with your own
I mean,
higher.
higher self will be, it's not necessarily going to be within you. Like, I mean, that way, like if Arjun could connect with the higher self within, then he wouldn't need Krishna out there, right?
Yes. Yes.
Like,
So,
I mean,
or higher beings.
all higher beings, because there are a lot of higher beings in this multiverse which are there, like they are just there. So that's a fact.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So through that, you can see what higher is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's not necessarily like that you'll go within and you'll see some higher. Okay.
Right.
And going within is not, it's a joke of a concept, because how do you go within? What do you mean by going within?
Yeah.
Okay, you can keep quiet, close your eyes and shut yourself down and just be quiet and just sit down, which people do in a lot of things like Vipassana.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So they do that, but what, I mean, do they get in touch with anything? What really happens? Like people go for 7-day courses, to 14-day courses, 1 month, 2 months. I mean, people are doing these things, but that's a ridiculous exercise. I mean, this is not by any Vedic thing. Nobody in the Rishi said that you sit down like this.
Right.
None of the Rishis said this. This is all modern stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are modern experiments people are doing.
True.
Okay. Like
Even
go
people,
within. What do you mean by go within? Go where within?
yeah. Yeah.
What, like,
It's, yeah.
what does that even mean? I mean,
It doesn't
yeah,
mean anything.
yeah. I mean, it has to be some practically. What do you mean by going? I'm ready to go in if you tell me practically how to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, but see, then you need some practical, actual action, which will happen with what? The body only.
True. True.
Any action you do on this plane will happen with the body only. So you'll have to know what to do with the body again.
Exactly.
We can't go past that
Yeah.
thing, that limitation
Right.
of the body while being on this plane. We can't.
Yes. Right.
And sooner people accept that fact, the better it is for them.
Right.
And they stop running away in their mental world, like, or anything that they just want to run around in that.
Yeah.
While completely feeling like that I don't really have a body.
True.
Okay,
That's why I
some
think
people
you
have,
always talk about the meditation being in the center
yeah,
is what you have to do, not really going within, because that's something which people can be told what to do.
yes,
Is to be
but
in the
you
center.
can center your body. You have a body, you can center it.
Yeah. Even
Because
Buddha's teaching is all about the middle path, just being
yes,
stoical,
yeah.
being,
But when Buddha also, yeah, when Buddha, whatever that character was or not, but if the character is there, that character was also shown sitting in a centered pose only under the
yes,
tree, right?
yes, yes.
I mean, so that is what he's doing physically, right? He's sitting in a centered way under a tree, right? That's
And his
what.
whole teaching is about the centering, about middle.
Yes, yeah.
His
But that's
entire
physical.
teaching.
But it's physical. It's not. It's an actual physical thing. It's not just a theoretical concept
Right.
or a mental concept.
Yeah, yeah.
It's an actual physical thing, because everything you're going to do out here, whether you're Buddha or anyone, will be with the body, right?
Right, right.
So you can't escape that fact.
Yes.
Yeah. And people want to totally get away from that.
Yeah.
They want to use the body any which way, but at the same time get enlightenment or evolve.
Right.
Okay. So, but that is not going to be possible. I mean, that's just a sort of lunaticness of your mind. Okay. It's not in reality never going to happen like that.
True.
Okay. So the reality is you'll only evolve if you take control of your body. That's the fact of the matter. Okay.
So would you say
Otherwise,
mindfulness is something which is important? Just being mindful of every moment?
mindfulness will come later. First you have to accept this fact.
Mm-hmm.
First you have to accept this fact that nothing is going to happen until I
take control of the body.
Deal with my body properly.
Right.
Okay. First, just even grasping this is a very huge thing.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Vedic thing is all about reality, always facing reality. Vedic thing, number one thing in Vedic thing is face reality as it is first.
Right.
Okay. That's the number one rule. Okay. If you can't do that, there is no further steps possible. Okay. Okay. Okay.
That's why when you talk about
escapism is not a Vedic thing. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So
and there is no escape really, because otherwise you'll be reborn into worse circumstances, perhaps. If you escape the circumstances of this lifetime.
Yeah, but escapism is all this alcohol, drugs, all this, everything in this world is all about escapism. Okay. True. Everything, amusement, this, parks, this, blah, blah, everything is escapism. Okay. Like where people are not facing reality. Okay.
True.
So
even movies and just going into an imaginary world, not being in the real world.
Yes.
TV itself, even news.
Yes. I mean, that's imaginary. It's nothing to do with you.
Yeah, it doesn't affect you.
What this person is saying or what that person is doing and what that thing is nothing to do with you. Right. Okay.
Right.
And it's nothing to do with your body or yourself or anything like that. Okay. True. So, but people don't want to do any kind of basic discipline with the body. Right. And that's what the schools don't teach it. Nothing teaches it.
Yeah.
There's nothing in this world which teaches it. I mean, in the ancient times, you just still hear about that there used to be Shaolin schools in China or whatever, where they try to discipline the body. But then it became martial arts, which becomes extreme. Yeah. Okay, where it goes beyond disciplining the body, but then it starts turning into a way to fight or, use the body in that way. So, but the point is that there has to be a basic body discipline before you can do anything, okay, at all. And even that comes from the Vedic thing only. Even the Shaolin concept or any of that comes from the Vedic thing only, where you take control of the body first. Okay, that's
right. Yeah. So when you talk about the triangle of the mind, body, spirit, and the only way to get that triangle right is to start focusing on the body.
Yeah, because
the fact is, the body.
Because that is the only thing you can control.
You can't control the mind or the spirit. Yeah.
You can't control. You have no control over those things.
That's a very good point. Yeah, you made earlier.
Yeah, I mean, people can try and control the mind. People try and do that. I mean, it's impossible. I mean, mind just runs at such a speed.
Right.
You can't even catch it. It can just go from here to there and that thing, and anymore you can control a monkey on a tree.
Right. Yeah, it's like you have two sweets in front of you, and the mind will say, "Go eat it," and the body has to stop it, because only the body can stop from eating it. Yeah. Because the mind will say, "This doesn't matter. Just go eat it."
Yeah.
It's okay. Enjoy. And then you have to stop. The body has to stop.
The body has to stop, and the consciousness has to stop the body.
Right.
So the consciousness has to go above the mind and stop the body.
Right.
Okay.
So there are these two people in the head always having this.
But the point is, who will take control of the body?
True. Yeah. So the self and the mind.
Right now, people's mind and body are like this.
Yeah.
Okay. So whatever the mind says, body does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when you take discipline of the body, then mind and body get separated.
So that's what we have to do.
Yeah. You have to separate it out.
Separate
like this.
it out. Okay.
Yeah. So then your body does not do the first thing your mind tells it to do.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And the spirit aspect is the consciousness aspect.
Your consciousness. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So body has to be in the hands of the consciousness. Okay.
Yeah.
But that is also consciousness. I'm talking to people's consciousness only. If I'm talking and I'm saying that control of the body is the only thing you can do on this plane, that beings will understand if they have that logic, which comes from the consciousness only.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're talking about the universal consciousness.
Yeah. I'm not appealing to people's mind. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not talking to that.
Appealing to their consciousness.
Yeah. Because mind can say all kinds of things.
Yeah.
You know, but which is not reality.
True. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and mind can be programmed. That's why there's mind programming.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah. You'll never hear of body programming or spirit programming.
True.
You'll only hear of mind programming. Okay. Yes. Mind can be programmed like this or that or this or that and stuff like that. You know. So the point is, people have to get out of their minds and accept that they have this body.
True.
And do the right thing with it. That is step one, and that step one is also coming from Vedic knowledge only. There's no other religion on this earth or any other institution or any science or anything which is going to teach people that. There's nothing on this earth which will teach people that. Yes. Yes. So Roshni, that is, I think, good enough.
It's a good point. We should maybe close on this note so that people have they can take one bite at a time. We shouldn't overload them with a lot of, because you have so much to share that we can go on and on, but we'll have more sessions and keep it short and sweet so that people can assimilate what they've heard today. And so thank you so much, Prash. And next time we'll come up with a nice new topic again. Maybe free will or something, how to guide spirited beings and how to use their free will is something I was thinking next time we can talk about it. So thanks a lot. Thank you so much for sharing your insights and for helping us learn from you. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Okay.